Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner. Welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the great pleasure of meeting with Wade Hiner. He's president of Destiny Homes. Welcome, Wade.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Anytime we can talk sales, I'm there.
So tell us how you had to adjust your sales team to COVID-19.
I would just like to talk about sales in general overall. I think the pandemic has created a perception that everything has changed for every salesperson on the planet. And I got a news flash for everybody. It's changed nothing. We've had the ability to sell virtually. When did Al Gore invent the internet? Was it late 90s? I think that's when we had the ability to sell from wherever it is that we are in the world. But I would argue that selling virtually also creates a lot of efficiencies that creates opportunities for more sales. We've got the ability to meet more people in an 8-hour period today. I've met more people during this last 6 weeks than I have in the whole entire 2019.
So how long did it take you to shift the entire process to home office?
And so we had to shift immediately to offering virtual walkthroughs and virtual home tours immediately, and we did that. We immediately shot all of our homes in what we call a Matterport. Matterport is basically a 360 camera. You set it up in each room, captures all of that room, and then the program just kind of knits the whole house together. So every single one of our homes that we have for sale has a Matterport. And so it's interesting that this is another thing that creates a good opportunity for our salespeople is they can actually set up a Zoom meeting whenever they want. They can invite past guests to a Zoom meeting on Thursday afternoon at 2:00 and walk through the house with all of them answering their questions.
So what you're saying is in every single room, there's a 360 camera and they can show the future owner the fireplace or the kitchen and walk them through as if it were real.
Absolutely. You feel like you're absolutely in the house. You can zoom down, you can look at the floor, you can look at the ceiling, you can look left and right. You can see the entire room. All it is your finger on the screen manipulating around the room. You can see every feature of the house, and you can also walk outside.
What are the common objections that come up during a pandemic?
There's a lot of fear right now, and we have to be empathetic to that. But the fear is, let's say I want to buy your product. Is that going to expose me to the virus? Is my safety going to be compromised? Or number two, is this virus going to affect my job? Am I going to lose my ability to pay for your product or service? Those are the two biggest objections that we are seeing right now.
Objection number two, will I have a job in the future and will I be able to afford that new home that has a higher mortgage?
If they feel like their job is in jeopardy, there's no way they're going to comfortably move forward in the process. Maybe I could share just like a real-time example with you of how I went through this with a current customer. So he brought up this objection. You know, Wade, I love this house. My wife and I absolutely love it. We'd love to go forward, but we just don't know about our jobs. We need to listen first. And so I did that. I listened to him explain to me what he does, the industry that he's in, the impacts that his industry's been seeing over the last 6 weeks, and basically his fear of, what might happen. I got to listen. I got to empathize. I got to say, I completely understand what you're going through. But here's what I asked him for. Can you give me a couple hours to get back to you on something? He said, absolutely. So what I did is I dug into every industry journal I could possibly dig into about his industry. I read what industry leaders are talking about his industry during this pandemic and beyond. I looked at industries that are parallel with his industry, industries that actually feed his industry and what they're going through this pandemic and what their forecasts are. I compiled all of that information, every single bit of it, and I called the customer back and I walked him through step by step, every single individual that I talked to and the industry experts that I researched that said, number one, yes, we had a downtick in sales because of the pandemic, because customers right now are reacting to what just happened. However, what's going to happen in the future is the demand is going to spike because our demand went down temporarily. The demand is going to spike. Our suppliers need is going to spike. The economic development folks said the same thing locally, and the local government and the state government said that they're going to prop your industry up. And I feel like you're going to come out better on the other side. Now, if you want to take the time and do exactly what I just did, here are the references that I just talked to. I could hear the collective sigh come out of him because it was very apparent to me that the only information he was giving me was coming from right in here, right in between his ears. And he was telling me his personal narrative. He wasn't speaking from experts in industry. He was thinking, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. So I think that is our job as salespeople right now, is we need to be the teachers, the educators, people that help people understand, because when you're in your own situation and you're a little scared, you don't have that perspective. And so it's our job to shine that light. You wouldn't be where you are today. That's my point, is we are the teachers. And when someone says, I'm not interested, or I'm just looking, or whatever that is, it is your job as the teacher. You owe it to that person sitting in front of you or walking through the house or wherever they are in your retail floor, wherever. You are the teacher. It is your job to walk them through the process. Even though they tell you that they're not interested, they are very interested because they are in your space.